All right, let's talk about sales. Today, we're going to flip the entire concept on its head. I want you to forget everything you think you know about pushing products, especially something as complex as an AI solution. We're going to explore a really powerful idea. What if the secret to selling wasn't actually selling at all, but helping? And this quote from Basecamp's Jason Fried, man, it just says it all. This really reframes the whole thing. Great sales isn't about being persuasive or having the slickest pitch. It's about being deeply, genuinely curious about other people. It's about their reasons, not your reasons. But right away, that creates a conflict, doesn't it? Because let's be honest, most of the time, selling feels like it's all about us. It's about our new algorithm, our amazing features, our quarterly targets. And that's where that kind of icky feeling comes from, that I think both the person selling and the person buying can feel. So let's dig into that. Let's really look at the old way of selling for a minute to understand exactly why it feels so broken sometimes. Bob Moesta, who's the mastermind behind our source material, he calls this the supply side trap. It's what happens when a company gets totally focused on its own supply, its product. When he was selling countertops, he thought his job was to talk all about his great new materials. If you're selling AI, it's when you're just pushing the specs, the processing speed, the data points. You're selling the drill. And when you put these two ways of thinking side by side, the difference is it's night and day, right? On the left, you've got the supply side view. It's all about the product. The customer is just this abstract persona, a collection of data. But then you look at the demand side view, and it flips the entire script. The focus is on the customer's struggle. And get this, success isn't just about profit. It's about the progress the customer makes. You stop pushing and you start creating pull. This isn't just some small tweak. This is a whole new way of looking at things. It's a total paradigm shift, and it really requires a new framework to understand it. And at the heart of this new way of thinking is one big idea: jobs to be done. Now, it sounds simple, but it changes everything. The theory is that people don't really buy products. They hire them to do a job. A business doesn't hire your AI platform just because it's cool tech. They're hiring it to do a specific job, like help me reduce my supply chain risk or give me the confidence to make faster decisions. The job is the progress they're trying to make. And this is maybe the most famous way to say it. This classic quote from Theodore Levitt at Harvard, it nails it. Nobody wants a quarter-inch drill. They want a quarter-inch hole. Your customers, they don't actually want your fancy AI model. That's the drill. They want what it creates for them. That's the whole. They want the insight, the efficiency, the problem solved. Okay, so if people are trying to make progress by hiring a product, what's actually happening inside their heads? Well, it turns out it's a constant tug of war, defined by these four key forces that are always at play. Okay, this is absolutely crucial, so let's break it down. On one side, you have the forces for change. There's the push of the situation, the pain. Our manual forecasting is just killing us. And then there's the pull of the new idea, the promise. Wow, this AI tool could totally automate this for us. But fighting against those are two other massive forces. First, the anxiety of the new solution. Is this AI thing just a black box? Is it going to be a nightmare to integrate? Can my team even use it? And then you have the habit of the present. Yeah, our spreadsheets are a disaster, but hey, at least we know how they work. And here's the key. A sale only happens when the push and the pull together are stronger than the anxiety and the habit. And this is the real light bulb moment for most people. The big win, where the real money is made, isn't just about piling on more features to increase the pull of your AI product. The real magic is in attacking the other side of the equation. It's about systematically squashing that customer's anxiety and helping them break their old habit. That's where you win. So we've got these forces. How do they actually show up in the real world? Well, let's map this onto how a real person or a real business actually goes about buying something. So what does that journey actually look like? Well, first off, forget the idea of a marketing funnel. That's a company's view of the world. For the customer, it's not a funnel, it's a timeline. It's their story of making progress. And that story usually goes something like this. It starts with a first thought, just a little inkling. Maybe there's a better way to do this. Then comes passive looking, where you start noticing articles or ads about solutions, but you're not really trying. That eventually builds into active looking, where you're actually scheduling demos and investing real time. Then you get to the deciding moment, making the final trade-offs. But it doesn't stop there. Onboarding is huge. It's where the rubber meets the road. And finally, ongoing use is where your solution becomes a part of their everyday life.
Okay, let's make this super concrete with an amazing real-world example. We're going to talk about Southern New Hampshire University. Now, I know it's not a tech company, but stick with me because the lesson here for anyone selling a complex, high-stakes product like an AI system is absolutely profound.
So SNHU figured out that their online students weren't just hiring them for a degree. The real job to be done was, help me build a better, more secure life for my family. The push was feeling stuck, but the anxiety was massive. Am I smart enough for college? How do I even apply? Where are my high school transcripts from 20 years ago? So SNHU stopped selling classes, and they became a concierge service. They focused entirely on reducing that anxiety. They'd get the transcripts for you. They'd coach you. Now think about that for selling AI. Your job isn't just to provide the algorithm, it's to be a concierge for data integration, for training, for adoption, for all their fears. And the result of this shift? Well, you're looking at it. They went from just a few hundred online students to over 130,000. That is staggering. It's what happens when you stop focusing on your supply and start obsessing over their demand. They didn't just build a better product, they built a better process to help people make progress. All right, so let's bring this all home. How do we put this all together? It really boils down to one simple, powerful mantra. Stop selling, start helping. So if you want to put this into action, you've got to live by 3 core principles. Number 1, people buy for their reasons, not yours. Your job is to become an expert in their progress. Number 2, buying isn't random, it's causal. There are dominoes that had to fall. Your job is to be a detective and find them. And number 3, struggle creates demand. Your marketing slogans don't. Your job is to find the struggle, because that's where the real opportunity to help begins. So I'll leave you with this one question to take back to your own work. The next time you're talking to a customer, don't just think about what product to sell them. Ask yourself this: what progress is this person really trying to make in their life, in their business? Because if you can truly answer that, you're not a salesperson anymore. You're a problem solver, and that changes the whole game. Thanks for watching.